far more effective to target an audience in India or in China or in Indonesia or Brazil, where emissions are still climbing and where public perception is lower. And like, one of the jobs of a science communicator is to increase the science capital of an audience member. So it's like how into science or how much they identify with science as a process. And your job is to take an audience member from one level and go up slightly. And I think there's kind of an S curve when it comes to science capital. And that when you go from someone like Brian Cox, for example, in the UK, does a good job of taking people from low science capital to kind of medium. And what I do with a lot of my videos is take people from high to very high, but the incremental change is much smaller. If you're working in the middle of that S curve, you have a much larger impact. And so in terms of making sure that you're not just taking people from high to very high, I do want to experiment with getting content out to people in different geographies where the baseline is lower. And so you're able to affect a greater change.
That's a really interesting, like the S curve, being able to visualize that, because I think it's something that if someone is trying to do something about this and they're like this podcast, trying to create content about it, you don't like preaching to the converted doesn't feel like you're really doing much.
Yeah.
Because you're just like telling people things that they already smile and kind of